Have you ever wondered how a moment of pure, uncontrollable rage could give birth to a god? Well, today we're diving deep into one of the most epic origin stories out there, a timeless tale of ego, incredible fury, and a really, really long road to redemption. This is the story of Kaal Bhairav, and it all kicks off with one very dangerous question. So here it is, the question that started it all, a question as old as the cosmos itself. And when it was asked among the gods, it didn't just cause a little disagreement. No, it sparked a conflict that would literally shake the heavens and unleash a terrifying new power upon the universe. All right, so let's set the scene. Imagine all the gods locked in this massive, heated debate. They just can't agree on who's number one, Brahma, Vishnu, or Shiva. And with the entire divine order hanging in the balance, they decide they need to turn to the ultimate authority for a final answer. So, to settle things once and for all, they consult the sacred Vedas, and the texts, they're crystal clear. They declare that Lord Shiva is the supreme being, the absolute reality. Now, Lord Vishnu, he graciously accepts this judgment. But Lord Brahma, the creator of the entire universe, he absolutely refuses. You see, Brahma was so filled with pride about his role as the creator that his ego just completely blinded him. He simply could not handle a truth that put anyone else above him. And this one single moment of arrogance, well, it's about to set off a chain of events with some pretty terrifying consequences. So that arrogance, it doesn't just stay as a quiet disagreement. Oh no. It quickly spirals into an act of profound disrespect, an insult so huge that it demanded an equally powerful and, frankly, terrifying response. It wasn't enough for Brahma to just disagree with the Vedas. He took it a step further. He actually used one of his 5 heads to start mocking Lord Shiva's appearance, his ascetic lifestyle, and then he went on to hurl insults at Shiva's followers. He crossed a divine line. This was an act of hubris that was never, ever going to be ignored. And Shiva's reaction? It was pure, universe-shaking rage. I mean, we're not talking about just being angry. This was a cosmic energy so immense, so powerful, that all of creation was literally struggling to contain it. And from this incredible fire, something brand new was about to be born. Right from the center of his forehead, Shiva manifested this terrifying, powerful new form. And he gave this being a name, Kaal Bhairav. Let's break that down. Kaal means time, or even death itself, and Bhairav means the terrible one. This was the living embodiment of Shiva's wrath, created for one single purpose, to enforce divine justice. But wait, because here's where the story takes this absolutely fascinating turn. An act of what seems like divine justice is about to become a source of a profound sin. And the enforcer, the one just doing his job, is about to find himself condemned for it. Lord Shiva's command was simple and it was direct. Punish the head that spoke those insults. Kaal Bhairav didn't hesitate for a single second. He lunged forward, and in one swift, clean act, he severed Brahma's 5th head, the very one that had uttered all that blasphemy. Just like that, the deed was done. The fallout was immediate, and it was dramatic for everyone. Brahma's ego was completely shattered. Humbled, he would from that day on only have 4 heads. But for Kaal Bhairav, the price for his obedience was just staggering. He was instantly hit with the grave sin of Brahma Hatya, the absolute worst crime you could commit, killing a creator god. Now, this curse wasn't just some abstract idea. It was real, physical, and absolutely horrifying. Brahma's severed skull literally fused itself to Kaal Bhairav's left hand, a permanent reminder of what he did. And even worse, his sin, the Brahma Hatya, took the form of this terrifying female ghost that haunted his every single step, tormenting him constantly. So now we follow this tormented being on what becomes a lonely, desolate journey. He's stripped of his divine glory, and Kaal Bhairav becomes a wanderer, desperately searching for a salvation that seems completely and utterly impossible to find. He takes on a new name, Dandapani, which means the one who bears the staff of punishment. And he roams across all 3 worlds like a tormented pilgrim. I mean, he visited countless holy sites, he bathed in every sacred river, he prayed at every ancient shrine he could find. But nothing worked. The curse just wouldn't break. So just think about it. He couldn't escape the physical evidence of his act. That skull was literally stuck to him. and he couldn't escape the spiritual torment of the specter that was always, always there. It was a total, relentless, and all-consuming penance. But after what must have felt like an eternity of suffering, his long journey is finally about to lead him to one pivotal, sacred destination, a place so holy that it's said even the most monumental of sins can be washed away. And that place is Kashi, the city we know today as Varanasi. This is Lord Shiva's most beloved city on earth, a place of immense spiritual power, and the final stop on Kaal Bhairav's desperate quest for freedom. And the very instant, Kaal Bhairav steps across the border into Kashi, it happens. The curse is broken, the skull just drops from his hand, and that horrifying specter of his sin vanishes into thin air. The ground where the skull landed became a sacred place, known forever after as Kapal Mochin Tirth, the pilgrimage site of liberation from the skull. His long, painful trial is finally over. And from this incredible act of atonement, a new, sacred, and eternal purpose is born. He is no longer the condemned wanderer. He is the redeemed protector. Lord Shiva, seeing that his penance was finally complete, was incredibly pleased. He gave Kaal Bhairav this amazing honor, declaring that from now on he would stay in Kashi for all of time, not as a sinner doing penance, but as the city's supreme guardian and protector. And just like that, he became the one and only Kotwal of Kashi, basically the city's divine chief of police, its ultimate authority on justice. His journey had come completely full circle, from being an enforcer to an outcast, and now, finally, to a revered and powerful guardian. And his role today is still absolutely vital. It's believed that anyone who wants to visit Kashi must get his permission first. He's the one who upholds justice, who removes the sins and fears of devotees, and maybe most importantly, he frees his worshippers from the ultimate fear, the fear of Kaal, of time and death itself. And that brings us to the end of this incredible story, from a literal manifestation of rage to a symbol of eternal protection. The saga of Kaal Bhairav is just so powerful, and it leaves us with a final thought to chew on. What does this incredible cycle of crime, punishment, and redemption really tell us about the nature of divine justice?